My shop on the server has been giving me a lot of iron, but I kinda need to upgrade my book management. So today I want to make a new trading hall that I can actually use to get books with a single button press. So it's time to get to work. And I started off by making a tree farm. Very simple, very basic, create mod going around. We already did one before. And this one is going to get us a bunch of wood, either oak or spruce. To get us also a bunch of sticks, so we can get our hands on a bunch of emeralds. And I started stockpiling some resources, and I kind of realized that I may not have enough. I guess we'll have to go by stages and see what we can do. So this is going to have multiple stages. Now the first stage is making something like this, where we're going to be using the sticks to trade for get emeralds, but times 4 probably. I kind of want a lot of emeralds. So now the most important part is actually getting these guys in. And of course, getting the profession right can be a little bit complicated sometimes. And that's why we're going to have this, a mechanical bearing, the workstation that he's going to use. And actually, this should be a little bit closer. Do you mind, sir? You probably do. Yeah, there we go. He's now a Fletcher. But imagine, for example, that we do not like these trades. So we can also just put this here. And as you saw, he lost the profession. And, well, the fleshing table is there. Now, of course, we can make this a little bit better, like only 5. Yep, there we go. So it's perfect. This is perfect. We can now rotate these guys easily. We can make this even better, I think, with just some extra stuff. But as you can see, we can reroll it. Now, this guy doesn't really matter what it has. He only really matters to me because of this trait. So now that he has his profession right, we can just trade with him, lock him into the profession, and take him where his house is going to be, which for this particular one is going to be sitting right here. And we're going to give him the fleshing table back so he can work. Most importantly, we're going to have trading depots. And here I want 4 Fletchers, because these guys will be our main source of emeralds. Now that I have all of them here, basically what we're going to be doing is on top of them, I'm going to be putting some chutes, well, not like that, like this. And the chutes will be assigned to, well, only do, well, sticks. But most importantly, they should do sticks, but do them 32 items at a time. And why are you not doing anything? Because it needs an inventory above, and I keep forgetting that. But basically, we want to set this so it does exactly 32 items at a time. And that's actually pretty important, because if there's a wrong number of sticks in the depot below, like in this one, then the guys will not trade, and that's bad. And we never want that to happen, so if you put this on 32 exactly, this should always work. Then to make this even taller, we're going to put packagers like this, and the packagers will be the way that we have to determine what's going to be inside of these barrels. And then, of course, on top of it, right there, we need the frog ports to handle the inputs and the outputs of items. And on the end here, we will only be getting emeralds. So I actually need to move this by 1 block. This will only be emeralds with a packager on top and a frog port. So I did some more basic setup so we have the emeralds flowing. So I extended this area all the way to this barrel, because then we only need this packager sending items into those drawers over there. And we're going to be crafting sticks over here. We're going to be crafting books over here. They both output into this hopper, which, well, inputs items into this barrel, which then I just need to add a timer to this packager to then have a frog automatically send the items into the drawers. And over on here, we have a couple of saws that are going to be stripping and turning strip logs into planks over here. And we have these ones, which are going to be turning the saplings into pulp, which then pressing it into cardboard immediately here, and then automatically sending everything back to there. So let me actually just start by setting up these frogs. So we need a frog that's basically going to be our main controller, and we need one to just, well, receive everything that we want over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that, link it over there, which, oh, not quite. And there we go. We can now place it, and basically we're going to be calling all of these TH something. So this is going to be basically the trading hall, I guess. And this one is going to be trading hall drawer main, like so. I want to do like that. I want to do it like this. Yeah. And then the other one doesn't really matter. It doesn't need to have a name, but it's going to be on only send packages. So this guy only sends items in. Later we can make him receive things as well if this guy is not enough. So I'm gonna have a bunch of areas where the items will be stocked, and then we're gonna have a central guy that's basically, if I want something from here and I'm like on the second floor, I can just ask it and the items will go to the second floor. So I now have these guys set up. This guy will send to the items from the main. This guy is the TH stick craft. This one is the book. And basically, whenever I send a package into here, it will automatically put the items into here. Like, this can be any order, luckily, so it doesn't really matter. But they're all connected, which means they take 4 items. A book takes 3 pieces of paper and a piece of cardboard, and then we'll make the book. This guy is actually easier because it's just 2 planks and makes the sticks. Now, if you're just like me and you don't want to keep typing these guys' names, you can actually just go ahead and right-click them with a clipboard, and it's going to make your life a lot easier, because then every single one of these dudes is actually going to be added to this clipboard. So whenever you're typing something and want to select anything, it's going to be a lot easier because they're all going to be here, and if you just know which one you have to send, they will also appear in things like factory gauges, so that's a lot of saved work there. Speaking of factory gauges, it's time we do some. First of all, we connect it over here to our network, and now we're gonna be making some emeralds because we already have some sticks here, so might as well just set that up. So basically, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna need a bunch of things here to automate some stuff. But for the sticks right now, we don't really need to do a lot. All we need to do is come to this packager and we right click it on there, and we're gonna tell him to look for sticks. And just like that, we can just drag it in. And now the sticks here, we want to have a minimum of 32. So if we hold, we can actually set it to hold a minimum of 32. I'm actually gonna do 64. So a minimum of 64 items there. But it has no target address. The target address is that one, the TH stick trade 1. So come over here, we can see all the ones from the clipboard, and we're gonna select this one. And now, if I did everything correctly, yep, there it goes. The package is coming. Now I do need to link this up over here so it doesn't go all the way there, but you get the gist of it. Now it's actually gonna come in here, put it into there, put from this chute into here, trade with the guy, then the emeralds go all the way there. Our first emeralds, which means now we just need to trigger this guy with a pulse timer. So I'm just gonna put it over there. We're gonna, oh, come on, okay. We're gonna trigger every like 15 seconds. I think 15 seconds is fine. And like that, perfect. So now you should have sent the items into here. I believe that's the package that I want. And yep, there we go, emeralds. Now I need to do this for all of these. Now, of course, the sticks ones, yep, you can see we only have 9 sticks now. So we gotta do something about this, right? We need to make more sticks. So let's go back to the drawing board over here, and let's put the sticks right there and tell it we need to monitor our sticks, which we have 0 at. But we can make sticks if we get planks, and we can get planks if we strip things out. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna grab a spruce log, and I'm gonna put the spruce log right there. Then I'm gonna put this right here, and I'm gonna do this, which now we can actually have something happen over here. We're gonna do the same for oak, so we can actually have multiple logs flowing into sticks. So we don't actually need to only use spruce for this. We can actually use, well, any type of wood really. Now over here we want to make the connection for this one to that one, which means now this is using 2 spruce woods to make, I believe it's 4 sticks, yes, and you're gonna send to the stick craft to make this, which is great, it's perfect. Now for these logs, we're actually gonna be putting the connection with this one, and with this one, one makes, well, not that one really. Oh, I forgot one. I forgot this one right here. There we go. And so basically we're gonna have an extra one which is gonna be that one, and of course now we're gonna have this one there. Okay, there we go. So now all we gotta do is this one will connect to that one, and this one will connect to that one, This one is a 1-to-1 ratio. We still need to put the frog one for that one, and we still need to do the frog one for that one too. So those guys are now hooked up, which means this guy, to make this, it's 1 log makes 6 planks on my TH saw spruce, and this one 1-to-1 on the TH saw spruce as well. Now I'm gonna have it so I want I have a minimum of 8 stacks of sticks, which should send for this one, which should send for this one, and should send for that one. I believe that's how this should work. Oh, there we go. We also need to set a certain amount, so I set 2 stacks of this and 2 stacks of this. Now we're also going to get the byproduct of tree bark, which we do need to craft the paper, which we're going to be using for books. So we need to also manage that. Now, of course, to make things a lot easier, we could do something like increasing these recipes, but the saw only processes 1 item at a time, so this really doesn't matter that much. But the stick ones, if we had multiple crafters, we could also send more than just 2 planks, but I only have 1, so yep, that's what we're gonna have to deal with for now. And after a lot of factory gauge shenanigans, we now have all that we need. We have all the items being processed. Well, this guy could probably need some extra help, but for now, if it's only him, then it doesn't clog this that much. And we're making a bunch of stuff. We're making paper here, where we get bark sent to this guy, and then he processes it and makes it into paper. And then the paper, I need to do this over here to put the items going into this vault, because our frog ports don't have a lot of range, and a frog port here could not reach that or that. So, well, I just end up putting everything into this vault, and then from this vault goes back to the drawers. And then we have this guy making us the books. Now, of course, we don't need a lot of books. We just need to keep them stocked, and we need to have them crafted. So I have them for 3 stacks. I also have this to have 3 stacks of paper at all times. I might want to increase this to have at least 9 stacks as well. And I pretty much have everything doubled, so if it doesn't have any spruce to go, it probably have as oak. So that's how I'm doing most of these things. And yes, these guys may be a little bit overkill, because not all of them get the chance to trade, because we don't really have that fast of a production of sticks. Like, we basically never have sticks. So we could technically have another crafter, which I tried to do, but for some reason it just didn't work. So yeah, you can see it is here in case he needs to pick anything that this guy can't. We have this guy here, but I ended up just increasing our overall speed, and it's enough. Yeah. So it's not perfect, but it is passive, which means every single thing that it's working at the moment, we're just generating passive emeralds, passive books, passive logs, which is also kind of nice, and of course some apples, always good. Now, which means now I kind of want to start doing the building over here, and that's gonna take a lot of resources. So I ended up going to Ranger's area, and I traded in to get my hands on a bunch of clay. And I also went ahead and, well, tested the new shop that we have on the server from Uber, and got some kelp, because yeah, we also need kelp. So in order to build this, I wanted to use limestone as a base, and then use a lot of bricks. I also wanted to have a lot of windows going around, so I had to plan ahead. Now, I didn't plan that much, that being said, so I just kind of winged it. I think it's gonna look decent in the end. And I used a lot of bricks, and I wanted to use tuff as like structure beams and stuff like that. And then I also wanted to have a bunch of decoration on the walls themselves, so they kind of look good, even though technically they are very flat. So yeah, I got a little bit carried away and did most of the outside shell. I still need to do some working on the roof, because if we do this, see, yeah, it's kind of flat, but people gave me some ideas of what I could use over here. And the inside is mostly empty. And the inside is also a lot darker now, so we kind of need to do a better work with the lighting. But I made some stairs over here so we can get up easily, as I was just using that scaffolding, and that looks kind of bad. But most importantly, I'm now starting to plan where I want to put my villagers, which is, well, what this is meant to do, right? And I'm gonna have like 3, 3, 3, 3, so 12, 12. So 24 villagers on this floor, and hopefully another 24 on the floor above us. And of course, there still leaves room here, so we can place some extra ones here and some extra ones over there. Now, those ones and these ones, I want to make them the easier trades, and these ones are going to be the harder trades. What I mean by harder trades, I mean some trades will require 2 different depots. So, for example, if you have the lectern, it will need a depot, and I'll need another depot. One would have emeralds, the other one would have the... what's it called? Just, for example, the books. I want to buy books. And the one that with the emeralds is actually be the one that will get the enchanted book, and that's the one that will take out. But we need 2 different inputs for these trades. So that's gonna be a little bit wonky to place, because I want to do a setup like this. What I was thinking is, for example, I have 3 villagers here. They connect the one that they're facing like this. So what I would do, I would do this, and I would do this, and I'll do this, and I'll do this. And yeah, it works because they're only connected to one other trading depot, which means they're connected to this one. So we could put like the books go into those side ones, the emeralds go into these main ones, and that will just make sure that all the enchanted books will come out here. Then we put a belt over here that's gonna pick up any book that lands from these trades. I guess you can put the belt running this way, for example. And then all we really have to do is make a collection system to collect things. But there's also something else. See, I don't really want to do something like this. I want to do something that's going to be a little bit simpler for me. If we have this set up like so, we would have this constantly requesting a book, a book, a book, a book, a book. And that can be a little bit wonky sometimes, so I don't feel like doing that. And I kind of wanted to use the redstone requesters, which I never did before, and they're really cool. Basically, they're gonna work like the factory gauges, but they're redstone controllable, so only when I give them a redstone pulse will they actually request anything. So all I really need to do is have this automatically request, for example, for an efficiency 5 book, the amount of books, or the book, a single book, I guess, and the amount of emeralds that it's necessary with the address to the correct villager, and then I just need to use some frog ports to handle that package, go into the correct villager, get the trade, and then get the book back, for example, into an item vault, and then I'll just get the book. Now, the first thing we need to do is actually get all these, well, not all these, but at least the emeralds and the books available upstairs. Now, luckily for me, we actually have these spruce trims, which increase or connect drawers. For example, if I was to do something like this and I place this here, we can see we have access to all the items from there, which is great. Now, I understand having something like that isn't the most pretty thing in the world, so we can just decorate it and try and hide it. And the reason I want to use that system to take the items above and I don't want to use create at the moment is basically this guy already has his work cut out for him, so I don't want him to have a lot of extra work sending items above. So I brought Jimmy over here to be our test subject, and I have everything hooked up, I think. So basically, I created the new network up here with this stock link, and we have that redstone requester now being linked to this. So it will create a package. The package will be put into that conveyor belt, which hopefully is gonna go to this guy, which is TH Mending, and he'll pick it up. It will put things into this chest over there. Then the emeralds come here and the books come there. I hope this counts as putting the things correctly, and hopefully it will trade. Well, that being said, it's not going to trade because it's getting nighttime, but as soon as it's daytime it should trade. But we can test this out because we have the redstone requester set to TH Mending with 28 emeralds in a book, which is exactly the price that this guy sells me a mending book, which I know is expensive, but well, it's Jimmy. We allow it. So let's give this thing a quick test. It sends this link, it sends the package is on its way. It picked it up, it placed the book, but didn't place the emeralds. Well, that's unfortunate, but apparently it only works with like a pyramid, because for some reason the funnel wasn't able to put the items directly into there, but the chute is able to. So this kind of works for now. I'll be honest, it doesn't look crazy good back here. It looks so weird. Hopefully when there's more, it looks a little bit better. And of course, there's still lighting and some decorations that I need to place around it. And I ended up replacing this with a hopper because I might want to like get like 5 or 6 books at a time, and a single chute is not able to handle all of that. A hopper at least can handle 5 stacks of emeralds, which is good. Should be enough for what I want to do. It does input 1 at a time, so the whole process would be a little bit slower. But as long as we have the filter, nothing should go wrong, which it already did because it eventually traded for a bunch of lanterns with a single emerald. But we got it fixed with the filter there, right? Right, Jimmy? Yeah. And there we go. 24 villagers are now all in place, which is perfectly good for us. And now I just need to configure all the redstone requesters so we can actually go ahead and automate this a little bit better. And you might just get you wondering, why not factory gauges? And those do not really work, because you see the villagers work at a certain time of day, and if I come here at night and take some books out, it will automatically request the items, and the items can just end up sitting there. Now, of course, I did have a hopper here, which should hold a lot of emeralds, but imagine I just press the button like 6 times and it's a stack each. Then those 6 stacks don't actually fit in the hopper. So some items will just be sitting there. Since it's nighttime, they're not gonna be working, so they cannot trade for the items, which means the items can despawn, and I don't want that. So I prefer to have these redstone requesters, so whenever I just click the button, it automatically asks for that thing to send whatever it needs to send to the right place. Oh, and of course, this should also prevent like having a ginormous amount of packages flying all around here, because I do want this guy to have some certain automations with factory gauges, just not the enchanted books. So now that I place signs on all of those still need coloring and glowing sacks, but now we can go over here to the unbreaking guy. This is an unbreaking 3 for 18. So all I really need to do is put a book, put emeralds, and drag this to 18 emeralds. And now if I push this button, should be a package there, go that guy, and it's not gonna trade because it's not trading hours, but yeah, you guys get the gist of it, right? Did I just hear mangrove farming?
Oh, hey,
hello.
Almost the entire red team is in blue colony. What are you doing here?
Where did you come from?
Are we gonna raid it? No, just kidding. I was actually over here because I've been planning to make a new shop with Ranger, and we kind of hit an issue over here. I don't think you guys can see. You can see it from here. There's a lot of trees, and we kind of wanted to use this swamp area, and we need to break all of that. Yeah.
That's a lot of mangrove wood.
Yeah, we don't really want it, so we're just gonna have to clear this sometime.
Well, you know, we could make a deal.
Oh, deal. Okay.
We need mangrove wood.
Oh, both of you. Okay.
And you need the area cleared.
Exactly. Yeah. So what are you proposing?
Well, I was thinking, you have that pretty awesome bookshop over in our colony, and it's been great. The only problem that I have with your bookshop is you charge a stack of iron per book, which it's tough. It's tough pickings out here. We're a little broke, so maybe we can make a deal. Maybe 1 book each for free, and we clear this whole swamp.
Okay.
What do you think, Uber? Is that a good deal? Should we ask for 2 books?
The whole swamp?
2 books, maybe?
Yeah, 2 books.
2 books
2
each.
books each.
I'm being extorted right here. What do you mean?
We can
2 books each, so technically it's 4 books.
Yes, of course. But like, look at that swamp. That's a lot of wood.
It's a lot of wood.
That's gonna take us. That's gonna take us like days to clear.
Take you like 20 minutes.
But how much is 20 minutes worth to you? You know, like 20 minutes is, you could do a lot in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
that's right.
We can make
that's right.
Like 10 books.
No, I can make way more than 10. Yeah. No, I'll take that deal. I'll take the deal.
We're being extorted.
I'll take the deal. I'll take that deal. 2 books each. Yeah, 2 books each.
Okay, 2 books each.
All right, deal.
All right, we'll do it.
Well,
We'll get started.
I got my saw.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Little do they know, I only need to click to get a book.
Well, now we know. Now it's 4 books.
You said it out loud.
Oh no, I'm gone. No,
You
can't
let your
change
inner
that.
dialogue slip.
No, can't change that. Bye. Oh, I did a little bit of decorating over here, and I guess you can say that phase 2 is now complete, which is meant to handle all the guys up there. So whenever we enter, we have our little piggy over here, which is basically the guy that's holding all of our books. So any book I want, I can just ask him, and of course it will come out over here in this chest, which is pretty good. And to do that, I got these chutes that bring the items into this barrel, and I have this frog that automatically sends them to the reception, which is that guy over there. And up here, I added a couple extra villagers down here. They're meant to be like a failsafe in order to me to get more emeralds. We have a couple of villagers that this one's trading for lanterns, and this other one over here is trading for glass. But most importantly are these 2 cartographers, because I traded with them and I cured them, and they have this glass pane trade, which is pretty good. Sometimes they lower to 5, sometimes they increase it to 6. It's weird. I'd prefer they would keep themselves at 5, because that's a lot better for me. But basically, I can get a bunch of glass panes thanks to this guy that I can trade with glass. And yes, I do have a saving in terms of glass, so we do make emeralds with these guys. But only after we cure them. If we didn't cure them, then we didn't get any in return. Oh, and to cure them, we have Ben. Ben's been hard at work. Good job, Ben. But now with this, we can actually restock our shop very easily. We just ask the items here that we want, and of course every now and then we have to go upstairs and like restock anything that we don't really have, but that's not that of a big deal. And I did waste a lot of emeralds, so we're only down to 300 now, and I have like 3,000 of them. So yeah, I did waste a lot of emeralds, but now we can restock our shop. And we're gonna have to increase this at some point, but I do wonder if we made any sales. Oh wow, 1,700 iron ingots. I'd say we'd make some sales. How much is that in terms of stacks, actually? Oh wow. I did not expect that. Okay, that's a full inventory. That's a full, nearly. I got 32 there. It's nearly a full inventory. This is a single chest full of iron. So now we're actually free to go ahead and make the phase 3. So I do need to do these stairs over here so we can actually have access to the 3rd floor. And the 3rd floor over here is gonna have just more regular villagers, like from stonemasons and like maybe armorers and things like that. I don't know if I want to have them all automated. I might want to have like a side that's automated and a side there isn't, so I can trade with them manually, because not all of these resources that we're going to have on the last floor are needed to be automated. Now, unfortunately for me, these are all the villagers that I have left, so not much. So I cannot do the entire floor unless I AFK and get, well, a ton more villagers. So that's probably not going to happen today. So I would love to finish the building, but unfortunately that's all the time we're gonna have for today. But at least hopefully you guys still enjoyed this video, and yes, let me know what villagers I should have in the last floor. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't, and as always, see ya in the next one. Bye.